Myself, Hitesh Shahare, working as an assistant professor at SNJB's Shriman Surya Jain College of Pharmacy, Chandwad, Nashik. I welcome you all. Here, we are going to discuss about antitubercular agents. So, by this session, learners will be able to know about tuberculosis and antitubercular drug, the classification of antitubercular drugs, chemistry involving the SAR and mode of action for the individual class of drugs, and some of their marketed preparations. So let us start with the introduction part of the session. What is tuberculosis? So tuberculosis is infectious disease throughout the world which is the leading cause of death. This infection caused by one mycobacteria, that is Mycobacterium tuberculosis. This tuberculosis spread from one person to the another person through air. When the infected person having this active tubercle in their lung, and if that person when cough, spit or loudly speak or smile or sneeze, at that time this tubercle come out and spread in the environment. So whenever if new person came in contact with that infected environment, that person get infection and suffer with the tuberculosis. The common infection site is lung as well kidney. So depending on the site of infection of the tuberculosis, the disease can be categorized as when the respiratory tract system get infected, that kind of infection is known as pulmonary tuberculosis. When the urinary tract system get infected with the tubercle, then that kind of infection is known as genitourinary tuberculosis. Similarly, when the nervous system get infected with the tubercle, then that infection is known as tuberculous meningitis. And if the infection is throughout the body, this kind of infection is known as miliary tuberculosis. Now let us see what are the symptoms of this tuberculosis. So first of all, cough, if it long for more than 2 weeks, afternoon fever, weight loss, blood stained sputum, night sweat, chill, chest pain, shortness of breath and loss of appetite. So these are the common symptoms of tuberculosis. These are the various organs which are affected when the person suffering with the tuberculosis. Now this is a cell wall of the mycobacterium. You can see here the mycolic acid is one of the constituent for synthesis of cell wall of mycobacteria, and that is one of the target for inhibiting this mycobacteria. Now when we talk about the discovery of the drug as an antitubercular, so first antibiotic which was discovered by the scientist Foxman, that was streptomycin and used as an antitubercular drug. After this, para-aminosalicylic acid, isoniazid, ethambutol, rifampicin were developed as an antitubercular drug. So according to their use, that means clinical utility of this antitubercular drug, that are divided into two major categories. The one first line agents and second as second line agent. First line agent, these are known as first choice of drug, and second line agent are known as second choice of drug. Now why these are known as first line and second line? Let us see. First line agent are having high potency and low toxicity, and that's why these are first choice. While second line agents are having low potency and high toxicity, so these are of second choice. These are the example of first line agents. These are the example of second line agent, and these second line agents are mostly used in combination. This is another way of classification based on their use against standard drug and reserved drug. These are the drug firstly used if there is a development of resistance, then there is need to go for this reserved drug. These are the examples for this classification. Now, in chemistry point of view, the classification based on chemical nature, the first chemical class is salicylic acid derivatives. Example, para-amino-salicylic acid, in short PAS. Pyridine derivative, here you can see the example, the most important class of drug, isoniazide, ethanamide, prothionamide. Next, pyrazine derivative, pyrazinamide. Ethylene diaminobutanol derivative, example, ethambutol. Next, antibiotics, certain antibiotics have been mentioned, these are classified over here. So this is a chemical class based classification. So let us start with the first chemical class, that is a pyridine derivative, the most important class of this antitubercular category. The first drug, isoniazide, which is denoted as INH. This INH is based on the chemical name of the drug. It was first synthesized in 1952 as an antitubercular drug. You can see the structure here. This is chemical name isonicotinic acid hydrazide, and that is written as INH. This is a synthetic route for synthesis of isoniazide. Very simple starting material is here, gamma picoline, or you can say 4-picoline. This is a pyridine moiety which contain the methyl at 4 positions. So it is a 4-picoline or gamma picoline, which is on oxidation by using oxidizing agent KMnO4. It is get oxidized. You can see here the change of methyl group with the COH. Now this COH later on converted into the ester by esterification reaction on treatment with ethanol or alcohol, you can say, in the presence of acid catalyst. And you are getting here the ester form of drug intermediate, which is on conversion getting this isoniazide as a product. So this is a simple synthetic way for synthesis of isoniazide. So this isoniazide is a prodrug which get activated by this one of the enzyme present in the mycobacteria, that is a KATG. That enzyme is catalase peroxidase heme enzyme. This convert prodrug into its active form. So the metabolite which are generated from this prodrug, these are N-acetyl isoniazide as well isonicotinic acid. Now coming to the other part, that is a mode of action. So this isoniazide get entered into the mycobacteria cell. So this is a mycobacterium cell. In that this isoniazide get entered through the passive diffusion. Now this prodrug, by the role of KATG, as I said, bacterial catalase peroxidase enzyme, which convert this prodrug into its active form, and this active form inhibit to the enzyme one INHA, that is acyl protein carrier reductase, and another enzyme, that is a KASA, that is acyl protein carrier kinase. So these two enzymes are inhibited by the active form of isoniazide, and the role of the enzyme is synthesis of mycolic acid. As we know, this mycolic acid is one of the component which is essential for synthesis of mycobacterial cell wall. But as the enzyme is inhibited, there is no further synthesis of mycolic acid takes place. So no availability of mycolic acid That means there is no further cell wall synthesis of mycobacteria, and in that way this isoniazide act as a bactericidal. So this is about the mode of action of isoniazide. So this isoniazide may be either bacteriostatic or bactericidal in action. Just now we have seen bactericidal in action. So depend on the concentration of drug attained at the site of infection and the susceptibility of tubercle, that gives a response either bacteriostatic or bactericidal. So bactericidal action of isoniazide we get when that inhibit rapidly to the multiplying organism, the tubercle which are in growing or multiplication state, and this same drug produce the bacteriostatic action when the tubercle are inhibited which are in resting phase. So likewise these two kind of action produced by the isoniazide. Now chemistry part of the isoniazide, as here you can see the pyridine ring containing this hydrogen side chain. So the first point here, N1 nitrogen. So you can see this is N1 nitrogen in hydrogen side chain. It should be unsubstituted. You can see here only hydrogen is there. N2 nitrogen. So likewise second nitrogen here can be substituted with alkyl group and it gives active compounds. So that hydrogen over here at the last nitrogen you can replace. This third point is regarding this pyridine. So replacement of pyridine nucleus here with any other aromatic ring such as benzene or piperidine or thiazole ring, that may result in loss of antitubercular activity. So it means this pyridine ring is very essential for the activity. Next point regarding this, as we said here about the N2 substitution, isopropyl group is substituted at N2. That gives isopropyl derivative. The one example, iproniazide. Let us see the example. Iproniazide, this is structure for that. This is the isopropyl substitution on the second nitrogen of hydrogen side chain. So this is what, as we said here, it gives an active compound but not the antitubercular activity. It gives other activity, that is a psychomotor stimulant. So by this numerous derivatives have been developed, but none of them have exhibited activity which is superior to that of the parent isoniazide molecule. Now side effect of isoniazide as clumsiness, that means unsteadiness, dark urine, loss of appetite, nausea, vomiting, numbness, tingling, burning or pain in hand or feet, unusual tiredness, that you can say weakness, yellow eyes or skin. So these are the certain side effects of isoniazide. Now another example of the same pyridine class, that is the ethionamide. So here by name you can remember the structure. E for here ethyl group, you can see ethyl substitution over here, THIO thio for presence of this sulfur, and amide you can see here that you change here CO, that as CSNH2, and it is known as a pyridine. So it is a ethionamide. So it is a nicotinamide derivative having the antibacterial activity. It is a second line drug in the therapy of tuberculosis and mostly used in combination only. So it acts again the similar way as like the isoniazide. It inhibits the mycolic acid synthesis and there is no availability of mycolic acid for mycobacterial cell wall synthesis. The side effect it cause as hepatotoxicity and GI distress. So it is preferred as a second line agent and only used in combination. Now another chemical class is ethylene diamino butanol derivative, second most famous drug after isoniazide, that is ethambutol. So by this again you can remember, by the name you can remember the structure of ethambutol. You can see here ETH, that ETH for presence of ethyl. This is a ethyl chain. Symmetrical structure is here. AM, that indicates the presence of amino group. You can see And then but for butyl system. Here butane system, you can see this C2H5, 2 carbon, this is 3 carbon, and this is 4 carbon. So this 4 carbon system means butane system, and OL, that OL indicates the presence of hydroxy group. Similar here, 2 carbon, 3 and 4 carbon, butane system and OH. So it is a symmetrical structure, and by the name of drug you can remember the structure of ethambutol. This ethambutol is denoted as EMB. The dextro enantiomer is most potent than other enantiomer. Mode of action, it inhibit the one enzyme arabinosyl transferase. The enzyme is arabinosyl transferase. What the role of this enzyme is? It is required for synthesis of arabinogalactan. Now this is one of the component, arabinogalactan, or you can say precursor, which is required for synthesis of mycolic acid. So once the enzyme, this arabinosyl transferase, is inhibited by the ethambutol, there is no formation of arabinogalactan precursor. As there is no availability of precursor, there is no formation of mycolic acid, and no availability of mycolic acid means that lead to the there is no formation of mycobacterium cell wall. So likewise this ethambutol act and it produces the bacteriostatic action. SAR, if you see the chemistry of ethambutol, this is a structure, symmetric structure. You can see here CH2, CH2. What you can see on the right hand side, the same on the left hand side, NH amino group. Then here it is a C2, CH3, CH2, CH, CH2. This is a 4 carbon butane system, OH. Okay. So next to this, the presence of 2 amino moieties, 2 amine group. Where these are? This one, second. These are the 2 amine groups which are very essential for the activity. If we replace this amino group by any other group such as acetyl group, sulfonyl or nitrosyl moieties, that gives inactive compounds. Secondly, the presence of small branch alkyl group. Branch alkyl group means, you can see here, just look at to this. This is one CH3 CH2, that means ethyl. Secondly here CH2 CH3, that means again ethyl. So these are the small alkyl group, ethyl group on this nitrogen here. Okay, that also influences the activity. Heteroatom such as oxygen or sulfur in ethylene moiety, if you see here, if you substitute here any sulfur atom or oxygen and this ethylene moiety, that gives inactive compounds. Increase or decrease in ethylene chain length, again regarding this what the ethyl system means, 2 carbon system is required. If you increase this system carbon chain, or if you decrease the carbon chain, that destroys the activity. So this is about the SAR of ethambutol. Now look at to the side effect. These are the side effects of optic neuritis that may result in decrease in vision and loss of ability to differentiate the colors, mainly red and green, nausea, anorexia, rashes, fever, hyperuricemia. Now coming to the other chemical class, that is a pyrazine derivative, pyrazinamide. Very simple molecule. You can see this is a pyrazine structure ring which contains this amide. So it is a pyrazine amide. So it is similar to that of isoniazide, having weak antitubercular activity, and it is mainly active in acidic condition. Side effect, many side effects are there. So this is an example of second line agent. So these are the side effects you can see on the screen. Now coming to the antibiotic which are used for the purpose of antitubercular therapy. So the antibiotic one, rifampicin here, that is obtained from the Streptomyces mediterranae by the fermentation of Streptomyces mediterranae. This drug produces the bactericidal action against the Mycobacterium tubercular. So this rifampicin bind to the DNA dependent RNA polymerase enzyme and inhibit the RNA synthesis. So this is what structure for rifampicin. Let us see the mode of action of rifampin. This is a double-stranded DNA in Mycobacteria. This double-stranded DNA get converted into the single-stranded messenger RNA by the role of DNA-dependent RNA polymerase. So in Mycobacteria, double-stranded DNA get converted into the single-stranded mRNA by the role of DNA-dependent RNA polymerase enzyme. But here the rifampin form the complex with the enzyme and inhibit the action of enzyme. So there is no further conversion of double-stranded DNA into the single-stranded mRNA, and that means there is no further RNA synthesis. So likewise, this drug act as a bactericidal and used in the treatment of tuberculosis. So this is about mode of action of rifampin or rifampicin. Similar to the rifampicin, the other analog is rifabutin. This is a semi-synthetic molecule which is developed from the structure of rifampicin. It acts against Mycobacterium avium. The infection which takes place mainly in the HIV patients. So this rifabutin is lipophilic in nature and so easily penetrate the cell wall of this organism. So this structure for the rifabutin similar to that of rifampicin, semi-synthetic molecule. Another antibiotic, streptomycin. This is first drug as an antibiotic. First antibiotic which was discovered by the scientist Waxman in 1943 from the Streptomyces griseus and used for the treatment of tuberculosis. This drug now given in combination with the isoniazid or rifampicin or with the pyrazinamide, given by the intramuscular route. This drug acts by binding to the 30th ribosomal subunit of the susceptible organism and disturb the initiation and elongation step in protein synthesis. It produces the bactericidal action. If we say about the side effect, it causes nephrotoxicity and ototoxicity. Nephrotoxicity means that relate with the renal system, renal toxicity, and ototoxicity means that relate with the hearing problems. It's a structure for the streptomycin. It contains these two sugars with the centrally placed here ring. Now salicylic acid derivatives, very simple molecule you can see here, para-amino salicylic acid. If you see here, it is a salicylic acid. If you substitute at the 4 position amino group, it will become para-amino salicylic acid. Now this structure is similar to that of PABA, so it acts like the same sulfonamide as a folate antagonism. So it is inhibitor of bacterial folate metabolism in similar manner to that of sulfonamide. This drug is again having some of side effect, hematological problems, hypothyroidism, hepatitis, hypokalemia and hypersensitivity. So this is all about the different chemical class of antitubercular drugs. We have seen here their chemistry, SAR, mode of action and side effects. Now let's take a look on marketed preparation of this drug. You can see here isoniazid available in the form of tablet 100 mg. This isoniazid available in the form of again injection by the Sandoz. This is again available in the form of combination with the rifampicin. These are of first choice, first line agents. Very famous combination, rifampicin, isoniazid as well as ethambutol. These are the most important drugs and most marketed drug for the tuberculosis therapy. This is made by Lupin. This is again combination. This is isoniazid available in the tablet, capsule, available in tablet as well injection form. This rifampicin capsules available, streptomycin injection, intramuscular route. The rifampicin here 6 mg, 600 mg. in the form of injection. This pyrazinamide tablets. This ethambutol 400 milligram of tablet, Velana Pharma. This ethambutol available again by the Lupin company. This Lupin company, ethambutol hydrochloride. So these are the different marketed preparation of the antitubercular drugs. So hope that you have enjoyed the session and understood what I explained over here regarding the antitubercular drugs.